The human eye it's just an absolute marvel of biological engineering. It's so complex, right? It can feel a little intimidating to even try and figure out how it works. But what if I told you there's a really simple framework that makes it all just click? Today, we're going to deconstruct the eyeball, and by the end of this, you'll see its structure with perfect clarity.
Okay, I know that sounds a little graphic, but it perfectly captures what we're about to do. We're going to mentally just lift the eyeball right out of its socket, put it on the table in front of us, and look at it piece by piece, almost as if we're seeing it for the very first time. To really, truly understand something this complex, you have to start from a blank slate. And that's exactly our approach here. We're going on a tour of the eye, and believe me, we are starting from the very, very beginning. So this is our only starting fact. That's it. We've got this sphere, and we know it sits in that bony socket in our skull called the orbit. Everything else we're about to learn is going to be built right on top of this one simple idea. It makes the whole process way less intimidating, you know? Okay, so we have our sphere. But the minute you imagine looking inside, you see the real challenge. It's just this chaotic mix of lenses and fluids and nerves. I mean, where do you even begin? Well, that's the problem we're going to solve with a really simple framework, separating the walls from everything that's inside. And that really is the key question, isn't it? When you're dealing with any complex system, you need a map. So what's our map going to be for the eyeball? The principle is so simple, but it's incredibly powerful. Just think of it like a house, right? You wouldn't start by studying the furniture before you understand the walls, the floor, and the roof. We're going to apply that exact same logic to the eye. First, we get to know the container. And just like that, we have our game plan, a clear two-step approach. By really mastering the walls first, we're creating a kind of mental blueprint. It gives us context for all the fascinating stuff we're going to find inside later. This progression, this order, is absolutely the key to avoiding any confusion. So let's just lock this idea in our heads. The container versus the contained. For the rest of our time today, we are focusing only on step one. We're looking at the walls that hold the whole thing together. All right, let's dive into that outer wall. This is the protective shell, the thing that gives the eye its actual shape. But as you're about to see, this wall, well, it has a few secrets of its own. Yeah, because it turns out the wall isn't just one wall. It's actually a layered structure, kind of like an onion. And that brings us to our next key number. It's 3. The eyeball's wall is made of 3 distinct concentric layers, and each one has a totally critical job to do. Remember that number. It's our new map for the rest of this journey. And here they are, the outer, the middle, and the inner layers. We're going to start, of course, from the outside and work our way in. We've got the tough, protective outside layer. Then there's the middle layer, which is all about providing the blood and nutrients. And finally, you've got the inner layer, which is the one that does the actual seeing. And see, that's the power of this method. Before you can even begin to make sense of things like the retina or the optic nerve, you need this foundation. We've basically just built ourselves a clear map. First, the wall versus what's inside it, and now the 3 layers of that wall. It's the absolute key to making sense of it all. So, we've only just built the framework. We have the map, we need to go deeper, to explore those 3 layers in detail. We've established the foundation, which leaves us with a really exciting question. If this is just the wall, what amazing secrets are we going to find when we finally look inside?